My first rock dance there. All
I'm getting
right.
ready to close up.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of TM Geek. I am your host, Kevin, the Philosopher Poss. Joining me on the desk today is Ryan, Caramel Mountain Pain. What's up, buddy?
Oh, nothing much, honestly. I'm just really excited. I'm spending a free day to myself. I'll be honest to tell you, I'm actually glad I'm not competing anymore, at least for the rest of this year. I finally can actually, I mean, there's no breaks from studying, but at least now when I study, I'm not in a rush to be like, oh, get this down, get this down, get this down, get this down. Just more like, oh, that's interesting. That looked like fun. Wait, what?
Exactly. And speaking of not playing anymore this year, and you're out of the TM Geek tournament,
Mhm.
thanks to one of the participants this afternoon. We have the 16 seed Apex Abel de Leeuw taking on the 8 seed Tyler T Rex Burch in a matchup, round 2 matchup. The winner of this matchup is going to go on to play the winner of the 7 p.m. match that everyone just saw. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. Give it a like. And so if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it for you. I may spoil it at the end when we show you the brackets. But anyway, let's go ahead and move forward and bring in the competitors. He is the 8th seed, and he is 2-1 with 2 technical knockouts. He is T-Rex Tyler Burch. What's up, buddy?
Hey, not too much. Ready to get this going. It's been.
I'm sorry. I just realized I shorted you there. You have 2 knockouts, not 2 technical knockouts. 2 knockouts. So speaking of that, you're one of these rookies that have come in here, and you're on this rookie side of the bracket, which we've heard how the veterans have kind of said, "Oh, that's the easier side of the bracket." But you have 2 knockouts. So both your wins have come in glorious fashion. The only loss coming in a very tight match with Brittany and Abel, who you're playing today. So, kind of what's going through your mind when you come into this match today, knowing that you earn a ticket to the semifinals if you win?
I mean, definitely not. I know people may be saying things about the bracket, but definitely not taking it lightly. Especially, I know me and Brittany, we had a really tough race in that first match, but Abel was right there. He's not someone that, with that match, it could have very easily been him, just being out really early. But he was in there until the end. He kept going at it. He's a really great player. I mean, he did really well against Ryan that got him here. So I definitely was taking this very seriously. I'm not thinking, oh, I beat him before, I'm going to beat him again. Like, things could go completely different this time around. But yeah, no, I mean, I just try to come in here, do the best that I can, play against great opponents, which I always love. So that's what I just plan to do today. And if I go to semifinals, I'll be excited about that. But if not, I mean, there's no shame in losing to someone who really pushes you to your limits. And that's what I'm expecting.
Absolutely. All right, Ryan, what are your thoughts on this? And any questions for Tyler?
Well, honestly, not a lot of questions, but Tyler does bring up good points. Even myself, when I was going to play up against Abel, I did rewatch that match he had against Britt and Tyler to find not weaknesses, but to see exactly where the gaps in his knowledge would be. And one thing that Abel did, that he was able to not only bounce back from that loss, but from people you saw from my match, he put down a slice that he felt very confident in, that I ended up getting stuck with, which was Transformers, and that guaranteed his victory. And one thing Tyler did say right, yeah, many veterans who are looking at that, seeing themselves being paired against rookies, it's natural for some to think, oh, I'm going to get an easy victory. But from what I constantly keep saying every time I play, whether it's geek teams or regular match, or heck, even if I, hang with JB3 and do wrestling, you have no idea what kind of questions you're going to get. It can throw off your momentum. It could change the tide in your favor. And if you mess up, then falls into the stress, the pressure that you feel now, that hoping that your opponent misses just so you can capitalize. And one thing that Abel did show in his matches leading up to here, especially against me, he did not let that pressure get to him to capitalize. It was just more of waiting to see what she was going to drop. And Tyler does seem like he's definitely mellow. He's ready to play here. So really no questions going in here. Just more like good observations I've seen from Tyler. And of course, there would be the whole thing. Like if you do, one question I will say, Tyler, if you do win, you feel that this momentum's going to keep you going, or you're just going to try to keep staying at that certain calmness to help get you all the way to the finals.
I definitely think I want, I think as you progress, you get more excited, you get a little bit more tense. But I'm definitely going to just try to take every match as it is, not thinking about, okay, semifinals and finals, straight to the top. I just want to make sure that I'm doing the best in every match that I can. And I'm just having a good time with it. If it happens now, it happens now. If it doesn't, then obviously I'll be bummed out, but there's always the next match and the next match. So I'm just trying to make sure that I do well in this one. And, if we get somewhere down the line, then that would be great. And I would, I'd love that, but I'm just focused on Abel right now.
All right. Yeah,
So we'll talk
absolutely.
about that.
Keeping that laser focus where it needs to be. All right. So we'll drop Tyler to the back and we'll bring forth said opponent. He is the 16th ranked opponent in this tournament. He is 3-2 with 1 technical knockout. He is Apex Abel de Leeuw with his manager Hunter Chambliss. What's up, buddy?
How you doing, guys? I gotta say I'm really excited. It's good to see y'all again. I invited a buddy of mine. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love it.
So he's gonna be by my side right here. Him and all his terrible movies. They're gonna get me over the line.
Don't worry. You can keep the gloating for now.
I was planning this bit before you came on. I'm sorry.
I know. No, this was just pretty much a swerve of Kevin bringing me here. You didn't know I was going to be here.
This is true. This is true. We're always swerving on TMGeek. But anyway, going back to that first match that we were talking about with Tyler, you scored 20 points to Tyler's 23 to Brittany's 27. You did beat Ryan 16-15 in regulation. So you're coming up against Tyler, who was the MVP in the first ever Geek for All. Not a lot of weaknesses. Can you pull off the Cinderella upset again?
Well, all I have to say is that I'm not coming into this tournament with like just this happy to be here attitude. Do you know what I mean? 16 seat my ass. I want to play and I want to play my heart out no matter who I go up against. So yeah, we'll see how far that takes me. I know like Tyler, he said he's focused on me. It's always scary when like a T-Rex like focused on you. So I'm gonna try to not make any sudden movements and maybe he'll swing and miss.
There you go. All right. Hunter, anything for your competitor?
All I will say is we have been studying our ass off for this tournament. Me, Abel, Antonio, we've all gotten study sessions, asking just random questions, focusing on his weaknesses and his strengths. So tonight, we proved that his number 16 seed is all BS because this dude will be a champion.
Well, he will definitely be ranked higher than 16 after this ends. But I want to know from the man that he beat in round number 1, any words for Abel before we get started?
What else is there to say? I'm kidding. Of course, there's a lot to say here, but yeah, I mean, once you're done with the training, I mean, Abel, it's obvious that you found that you had a slice that worked to your favor in our match against each other. But knowing going on in here, like with every competitor, you definitely watched Tyler's matches. You played against him, so you know exactly his stamina. Are you hoping for the to favor you again, like it did in our match, or are you just hoping or you're just betting exactly on the train that you and Hunter have been doing?
It's always a healthy mix between strategy and luck. I feel like. I mean, you can just get a bunch of questions that you truly don't know, and then you're out. It's training will get you as far as like right when that link drops, and then you're just there, and you just got to be able to pull some stuff and hope that it goes your way. Tyler's great, so I'm not counting him out at all. He's definitely one of the best players in this division, hands down. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Like, I'm very excited. I'm very fired up. This is a great fun thing to do. So, I would love to play more matches. That's just it.
All right.
And one last thing on that.
Yep.
We have been studying a lot of Abel's weaknesses, his weaknesses categories based on the wheel. That way, whatever he lands on the wheel, we feel semi-confident in.
Weakness is what you're talking about, bro.
There you go. There's my man.
Let's get it going.
All right, let's get it going indeed. We'll drop Hunter to the back. We'll bring Tyler to the front, and we'll go over some rules for the match. 30-plus points possible, 3 repeats, 1 challenge per competitor. Please keep those hands and boards on screen. 1 verbal warning will be given if necessary. Speak loudly, write legibly. Challenges will be reviewed off-stream in a private call if necessary. Round-by-round breakdown. Round 1, you'll get 10 points possible plus a perfect round bonus opportunity. Round 2, you get 10 points possible plus any steal opportunities. And round 3, you get just 10 points possible. So go ahead and position yourself accordingly in rounds 1 and 2. Round 1 works like this: 10 points possible, 10 random geek questions, which Ryan and I will distribute to you. Each question is worth 1 point, no loss of points if you get anything wrong. A perfect round does trigger a bonus question, which you'll get. So go 10 for 10, and you get that extra bonus point. Please remember, keep your hands up. 3 repeats and 1 challenge per competitor. Do we have any questions from either competitor?
Nope.
No, but I didn't know we were doing a mascot thing, so I got mine.
Oh, there you go. Nice, nice. The
Optimus versus T-Rex. We're going to see what happens.
Good luck, Tyler.
The T-Rex versus Transformer. Here we go. All right, good luck to both competitors. As always, I will take the even number of questions. So good luck to you guys. I'll pass it over to Ryan for question number 1.
All right, let's do this. Question number 1, gentlemen, is in Star Trek.
Ooh.
And your first question in Star Trek: who plays the Riemann Viceroy and right hand to Shinzon in Star Trek Nemesis? I mean, there's one thing I have to say about Star Trek Nemesis. I understand amongst some of the hardcore Star Trek fans, they feel it's a little like it's like one of the second worst films out there. Personally, to me, I think it's fine, and honestly, I do, and I actually like the plot.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's not my faves, but it's okay. Go ahead, Ryan.
All right, Tyler, we'll go to you first.
Ron Perlman.
And to Abel.
I agree with both of you. The movie's fine, and it is Ron Perlman.
Both are correct. It is Ron Perlman. Once again, being the chameleon actor that he is.
Exactly. All right, moving across the galaxies to Star Wars. In The Rise of Skywalker, what does Zori Bliss give to Poe before the group leaves Kijimi?
Look, as a Star Wars fan, I accept this movie, but as a realist, I just don't like it.
I mean, it's still here we go. It's still one of my faves. I've been a defender, but I do see the problems that lie in this movie. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pins down, and we'll start this time with Abel.
I'm not sure on this one. Sith Wayfinder?
And Tyler.
I just had a picture.
Both
Ooh.
incorrect. Looking for I would have taken just medallion, but looking for first order captain's medallion specifically.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
I would have to say the captain's medallion would have to be more precise because it is an important plot that gets them onto the one of the first order ships.
Fair enough.
I'm not playing. So
Either way,
I would not have brought that up.
Yeah.
Lots of generous term there.
Yeah. I could write almost a 20-page paper on why I don't think The Rise of Skywalker works, but that's me. I mean, it would be 10 pages of a long-running sentence that's a rant, and then I'd bring in my points.
All right, on to question number 3.
Yes, and gentlemen, get your ears ready because your question is in the category of quotes, or who said it. And here comes the question: which DC character says the following quote? "The only morality in a cruel world is chance." I think I may have messed up on I'll say the quote again. "The only morality in a cruel world is chance."
All right. Both pretty quick to the board there, so we'll see if they got it.
Well, we'll find out. I mean, it's a good quote. That's for sure.
3. Yeah, oh yeah. 2, 1. All right.
All right. Boards up, gentlemen. Tyler, we'll go to you. Your answer.
I said Two-Face.
And to Abel. I was about to say your nickname and your name combined. Abel, we'll go to you.
Damn, I went the other way. I said Joker.
The correct answer is Two-Face or Harvey Dent. So Tyler gets the point. Only goes up by 1, but that's just the third question. We got 7 more stops to make on this trip. So Kevin, we'll go to you for the 4th question.
All right, and that falls in the category of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. At the end of Endgame, who does Thor appoint as the new ruler of New Asgard?
I really like the fact it's called New Asgard because even though in the comics it's kind of an homage to it, but you do see a lack of originality there.
Yeah, a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down. We'll go to Abel.
Valkyrie.
And Tyler.
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie is the correct answer. A clean sweep there.
All right. Still a very close game, guys, but we are now reaching the halfway mark as we get to question 5. And that question is in the world of the X-Men. In Deadpool 2, when Wade's legs are torn off and grow back to appear toddler-like, to what Disney character does he compare himself to?
Just another.
Pretty much with his top. Yeah.
Just another of his funny lines.
I'm just glad he didn't refer himself to a toy because I could not really unsee that. Especially as a kid, I used to tear the legs off of toys just to play out the whole wounded soldier thing.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down.
All right, Tyler, I will go to you.
I said Pinocchio.
Abel.
I said Bambi.
Both are incorrect. The correct answer is Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, you're Winnie the Poohing it. Okay. That's right.
Yeah.
Like Winnie the Pooh.
He says it that's the one thing with Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool. He'll quip so fast you'll miss exactly what he said.
That is true. All right, so we'll go to category number 6. We'll dip into the mixed bag. Who plays Mad Mardigan in Willow?
I really don't understand why the mad part is his name, but because I watched that movie a couple times. What part of him is mad?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down.
Oh.
And we will go to Abel.
Val Kilmer.
And Tyler.
Yeah, I said Tim Curry.
Nope, Tim Curry is Darkness in
Legend.
And Legend, but
the more mediocre. Yeah, the common and my kind of like one of my personal favorite Batmans, Val Kilmer.
and indeed, yes. All right, so Abel ties that one up with that answer and Tyler's missed answer there. So, I'm sorry, Ryan, take it away with question number 7.
No worries, and I can kind of see why you gave me the odds because this question is in Middle Earth, gentlemen. Middle Earth. What are the orcs fighting over, which leaves them distracted long enough for Sam to help free Frodo before he's executed in Return of the King?
So on that last question, speaking of Val Kilmer, there's that new Val documentary on Amazon Prime. I really recommend everybody check that out. It is really awesome. Some really cool behind the scenes stuff. 5.
That is one of the bonuses of not playing. I can finally take advantage of Amazon Prime.
1, exactly. So pens down.
All right, Tyler, we'll go to you. Your answer?
I believe it's Frodo's mithril vest.
Abel?
It is that shiny mithril vest.
The mithril is correct. Both get points, and we are once again tied again going into the 8th question.
That is correct.
Philosopher, whenever you're ready, spit out your wisdom for the next question.
All right, we will go to the wizarding world, appropriately enough. And your question, gentlemen. In the Philosopher's Stone, where does Harry first meet Professor Quirrell?
Or more likely in his stutter.
Quirrell.
I'm kind of upset his character was only in that first book, because if ever we're going to see more, I would love to see him in actually the prequel series.
3, 2, 1. Pins down. I'd like to see a little offshoot of that as well. Abel.
I said the leaky cauldron.
And Tyler.
Yep, the leaky cauldron.
The leaky cauldron is the correct answer.
I'm going to start using that as a reference whenever I have to use the bathroom. Got to go to the leaky cauldron, gentlemen. What? Don't worry about it. I'll be back. All right. I'll get on to your penultimate question, gentlemen. Your penultimate question is in the category of Spider-Man with No Way Home coming soon. Damn it. I couldn't even do a tie-in to the movie without stuttering. Here's your question. In Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Homecoming features a post-credit scene featuring which Avenger talking about exhibiting patience? What you always need when you play a trivia match. Patience.
Patience. That's a good point.
I'm surprised. Yeah. I'm really surprised that throughout most of these films, only the side characters exhibit patience.
2, 1. Very true. Pens down.
All right, Tyler, I will go to you.
Captain America.
And Apple.
Funnily enough, I think we got this question in our first match together, Captain America.
How many more of these? That is correct. Captain America is the correct answer. And we are
very similar. All right. Going to our 10th and final question, which, as always, in every TMG match is plot summary. So for Geek, I'll give you a Geek-eligible film, and you give me the film. An intrepid archaeologist on the trail of fortune and glory in old Shanghai is ricocheted into a dangerous adventure in India. With his faithful companions, he goes in search of the magical treasure and uncovers an ancient evil which threatens all who come into contact with it.
I do have a fun little fact with this, but I don't want to reveal the answer, so I will just keep my tongue until both of them reveal it. It's mainly just a reference to a podcast of a Schmodown competitor I follow.
Nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Now we'll go to Abel. Excuse me.
I think it's Temple of Doom.
And we'll go to Tyler.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
I'm going to accept Abel's answer.
Thank you.
I mean, I understand your hesitation there, Kevin. I really do, because
yeah.
The plot, even though the plot is definitely referring to Indiana Jones, and he gives the subtitle, Tyler will give the full one, but you are rewarding it. I'm not as manager. I'm not managing, so I'm not challenging, but I do understand your hesitation.
Yeah, it is what it is. So I will award it to both players. It was Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
And I do want to say, I'll bring up my quick. What I was going to say is that the whole fortune and glory, it's used, the sound bits of Indiana Jones saying that is in one of my favorite podcasts I follow. Well, at least it's on pause now, but from Clark Wolf, Sending the Wolf podcast. She has
nice.
Fortune and Glory as a soundbite to her opening.
Oh, very nice. All right, cool. Here we go. We're going to bring in let's go do the rules for round number 2. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Round number 2 works like this. 10 plus points possible. You get 5 questions on your wheel spin. The competitor with the highest points after round number 1 is going to get the choice to spin first or defer. Each question is going to be worth 2 points. Multiple choice will reduce that to 1 point. Don't fall asleep, opponents, because you can steal whichever point value the competitor gives an incorrect answer on. Please remember to keep your hands up. Repeats and challenges are still in effect. Both players still have 3 repeats and their challenge. So I will go ahead now and bring up your wheel. Let's try. I'm sorry. Oh, that was weird. Oh. We'll do the bottom one. I like that. We'll be new.
All right, you're switching it up on us, Kevin.
I'm gonna switch it up because
it's not tense enough already.
We've not tried this yet. All right. So anyway, let's read the wheel to Tyler. Since I'm sorry, we are tied, right? That is the score.
Yeah, 7-7.
7-7. And so since Tyler is the high ranked player, you will get the choice. I will let you guys speak in just 1 second. I'm sorry. You will get the choice, and I'll let Abel speak to his manager if you pass. But let me read off what the options are tonight on the wheel without revealing any strengths. We have Middle Earth, MCU, Animated Geek, Transformers, DCEU, Star Wars, movie release dates, the Chris's, and of course, spinners and opponent's choice. So now that I'm done with that, Tyler, you get to pick. Would you like to spin first, or would you like to defer to your opponent?
I'm going to go ahead and defer.
He's going to defer. All right. So now I will let Hunter and Abel go ahead and chat it out, and then we'll spin after your chat.
Great job,
Right
man.
there, bro.
Neck to neck. I love it. You are sticking in there with him in round number 1. All right, man. Are you ready for the spin?
For sure. Let's do it.
Let's
I'm
spin
feeling
that
good.
wheel.
I'm taking another sip of my beer, and
There you
Tyler,
go.
this is a great matchup.
Stay loose.
Indeed, a great matchup so far. Here we go. First spin is in for Abel.
I just overthought that Two-Face Joker quote thing.
And looks like it's going to stay on MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe. Abel,
All right,
I'll let you guys talk. Go ahead.
So we did talk about this in our meeting. How you feeling about this, man?
I'm feeling all right. I'm thinking let's keep this.
Let's keep it. All right,
Why not?
I'm down for it. Yeah. So we're gonna keep MCU.
Right on.
Great. Abel's feeling confident about MCU, so that's what we're going to keep. Any last words, Hunter, before we drop you to the back? Nope. All right, we're dropped. All right. if you got any last words, put them in the private chat. Lillian said no last words. Anyway, I love you, babe. All right. We'll go 5 questions. Abel, I'll distribute those to you, buddy. 5 questions, and you have multiple choice. Don't forget about that. And are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Your first question. In what European country is Johann Schmidt's Hydra base where he holds the 107th hostage in the first Avenger?
Oh, right on.
5, 4,
I'll
3.
go with Austria.
Austria is the correct answer for 2 points. All right, your next question in MCU.
We lost a host, by the way.
Yeah, he just dropped himself to the back for just a moment, so he's still here, but he may have had to take a phone call or something.
That's cool.
He will return, I'm sure. All right, so question number 2 in MCU.
That feels like an MCU thing. He will return.
Yeah, poof, snap. All right, question number 2 in MCU. What 5 words are written on Tony Stark's name badge that he wears in Switzerland in Iron Man 3?
Woof.
5, 4.
I'm gonna ask for multiple choice on this one, actually.
Multiple choice, indeed. All right. Is it A? Let me get over here, actually, so I can read all these. Is it A, all single girls follow me? B, just living the American dream? C, I am what I am? Or D, you know who I am? Back right. Five,
He's an arrogant little prick in that one.
2.
I will go with D for dog. You know who I am.
You know who I am is the correct answer for 1 point. All right, your next question, your third question in the MCU. Which Avenger does Wanda Maximoff first use her powers against in Age of Ultron? Five, 4.
Repeat the question, please.
All right, Abel going to use his first repeat of the match on question number 3 in round 2. Which Avenger does Wanda Maximoff first use her powers against in Avengers Age of Ultron? Five, 4.
I will
3.
say it's Tony Stark, Iron Man.
Iron Man or Tony Stark is incorrect, so I'm going to go to Tyler. I'll repeat the question, and it'll be a 2-point steal opportunity. Which Avenger does Wanda Maximoff first use her powers against in Age of Ultron?
Captain America.
That is correct for 2-point steal.
I thought it was Tony too until it says it correct.
Yep.
All right.
That would be the tricky one.
That was the
So your penultimate question in the MCU. In Ant-Man, Scott says he has a degree in what subject?
Multiple choice, please.
Multiple choice indeed. Is it A, mechanical engineering, B, astrophysics, C, electrical engineering, or D, microscopy?
I will go with A, mechanical engineering.
Mechanical engineering is incorrect, so I'm going to pass it over to Tyler. I'll read you the question and the options for 1-point steal. In Ant-Man, Scott says he has a degree in what subject? Is it A, mechanical engineering, B, astrophysics, C, electrical engineering, or D, microscopy?
I'm sad ice cream science isn't in there, but it's electrical engineering.
I should have put that in there. You're right. But it is the electrical engineering for 1-point steal.
I mean, it wouldn't have worked because we all know Baskin-Robbins always finds out. They wouldn't know it was a fake degree.
Baskin-Robbins don't play.
They don't. Speaking of ice cream, all right, here we go for your last MCU question. What is the name of the Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavor named after Tony Stark, as mentioned in Avengers Infinity War?
Multiple choice again. Shit.
All right, going from multiple choice. Is it A, Stark Raving Mad, B, Stark of the Moon, C, Stark Raving Hazelnuts, or D, Thor: The Stark World?
C. Stark Raving Hazelnuts.
It is C. Stark Raving Hazelnuts. I'm glad I got to read you guys my multiple choice there.
Well done. I like those.
I can't remember. Did they actually have promotional? Did Ben and Jerry's actually do promotional ice cream of those flavors, or it was just a Easter? Because I feel Ben and Jerry's would have taken advantage of that.
Yeah, no kidding. If they didn't, they should have. All right, so Abel walks away from round 3 with 4 points added to his score, but he gave away 3 points in steals. So we still have a very tight game on our hands, but Abel has a 1 point advantage. We'll bring that nasty wheel back up as soon as I figure out how to do that. There we go. And Hunter's back in. All right, so Tyler, your spin is up. Are you ready, sir?
Yep.
All right. So your first spin will be in, and everything will be available except for MCU. And the computer always wants to hang up right at the end. But it wants to land on movie release dates. Movie release dates. Played big in the last match, so.
I'm going to go ahead and spin again.
He's going to go ahead and spin again. All right, here we go. Spinning again. Whatever it lands on, barring MCU, you will be keeping.
What will it be?
And it lands on Spinner's Choice.
Okay, good.
So would you like
I
to
was
read
like,
the options?
the habit of dial-up paid dividends.
That was a smart move. Would you like for me to repeat the options for you, Tyler?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and do the Chris's.
The Chris's. All right. So, Ryan, if you don't mind, we'll drop Hunter to the back. And Ryan, if you don't mind taking the category of the Chris's.
No problem. Let me pull those bad boys up. There we go. Looks like my computer's back. Here we go. Tyler, your 5 questions in the Chris's. Question 1. What word did Ultron write above Baron von Strucker's body in Age of Ultron?
Peace.
Oh, this isn't Teams Match, so I'm not waiting for final answers. So, peace is correct for 2 points.
You got me really anxious about it. I was like, wait,
Sorry.
did I say it too quickly?
You had me anxious about it too.
Sorry. After my match against Apple, I did nothing but teams matches. So I've had nothing but conferring. All right. Your second question in the Chris's. Who plays Dr. Silas Stone, Victor Stone's father, and the head of Star Labs in Justice League?
There's a Chris in Justice League. Yeah, let's throw this one out. I'm sorry, I messed up on this one. I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm gonna throw out this question.
There is a Chris in Justice League. Oh no, wait, he's not in. Yeah. He's not in Justice. He's in Birds of Prey.
No. Yeah, no, it's not. I'm sorry, that's my fault. We'll use the backup.
No problem. Backup question.
All right, sorry about that. That is on me.
All right, here's the backup.
Chris Pine is in a picture in Justice League.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking of Chris Messina, but he's in Birds of Prey.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking when I put that in there.
All right, but let's go to the backup question. In Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, what is the name of Ronan's flagship?
I'm going to go multiple choice just in case.
No problem. And your options are A, the Dark Aster, B, the Milano, C, the Black Knight, or D, the Nebulan 5.
Should have gone for it. The Dark Aster.
And that is correct for 1 point. All right. Let's go to your third question in the Chris's. In Scott Pilgrim versus the World, which of Ramona's evil exes says the quote, "Pirates are in this year"?
Oh, what is his name?
Five.
I'm going to have to go multiple.
All right. Multiple choice options are A, Envy Adams, B, Matthew Patil, C, Todd Ingram, or D, Roxy Richter. Richter. Yeah.
Can't believe I forgot Matthew Patel. That is him.
Matthew
Well,
I know.
he has gone so fast in that first fight, but he's still entertained. But you are correct. It is Matthew Patil for 1 point.
He's so dramatic about it.
Pirates are in this year.
It's weird. Succubus dancers.
Yeah. It's like steampunk. Pirates just don't go away. Although I prefer steampunk because it's got more flavor to it. But beside that, let's get to your penultimate question in the Chris's. Who directed Men in Black International?
F. Gary Gray.
That is correct for 2 points. And man, was this film disappointing. All right.
Yeah, how do you mess up that pairing? I mean,
It's not just the pairing, but the whole tone of the movie and then the direction of Chris Pine's character. I'm like they're trying to replicate Will Smith in 3 different versions. And they're like, no, one should be the Will Smith. All right, that's it. Your last question in the Chris's. What is the name of Reed Richards' holographic assistant in The Rise of Silver Surfer?
oh my god.
Rise of the Silver Surfer. Sorry, messed up the title.
I think this was in the Geek for All too. And I still can't remember. Go multiple choice.
All right. Multiple choice options are A, Rosie, B, Franklin, C, Heathcliff, or D, Roberta.
I believe it's Roberta.
Yeah. Roberta is correct. And that says a lot about Reed Richards. All right, with 1 point.
All right, so Tyler gets 7 points and clean sweeps his way through the Chris's, even though it goes multiple choice on 3 of those. So nice navigation there. Doesn't give up any steals. And now we have a score of 17-11. So Abel's got some work to do, but it's not insurmountable. Here we go to round 3. Let me explain to you how that one works. As if you don't already know, 10 points possible. 3 questions as category by number. Better with the lowest score after round 2 is going to answer first, and then we'll go up from there. Questions are going to be worth 2, 3, and 5 points, however you give them to me. No multiple choice, no steals in this round. You'll pick from 1 to 12, and they're going to correspond to random geek categories. Please keep your hands on screen throughout this round. Repeats of challenges are going to still be in effect. So Tyler has 3 repeats. Abel has 2 repeats. He did use 1 back, I believe, in round 2. And we both have challenges on both sides. So we're going to bring Hunter in since Tyler doesn't have a manager tonight. I'm going to let Tyler go ahead and give me his numbers, 1 through 12.
10, 12, and 5.
10, 12, 5. That's the order you'll get them. And so then I'll let Hunter talk to Abel, and then we'll get your numbers after you're done talking.
Man, good round 1, or good round 2, I should say. We did take some steals, but that's fine. That's fine. We do have to get some work in round 3, but I believe in you. You got this. Let's kick some ass, dude.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, so what number do you go for?
Numbers. I'll go for 2, 7, and 8.
All right, let's do it.
7 and 8. All right. So I read to Abel in round number 2, and I believe that's correct. Yep. Okay, so we'll drop Hunter to the back. Thank you, Hunter. Okay, sorry, it's just being slow. All right, so Ryan, if you will read to Abel, he will need to hit some combination of his 5 and either his 2 or 3 to get to push it back over to Tyler to make him answer some questions. I'll let you take it away.
I didn't write down his numbers. What was the first one you picked again?
The first one is number 2.
Okay, perfect. All right, Abel, your 2-pointer in number 2 is in mixed bag. Mixed bag.
Sure.
Who plays Jerry Wang in Transformers: Dark of the Moon?
Ken Jeong.
For 2 points, that is correct.
Deep Wing.
Wang.
I'm assuming it's Jerry.
I was
Wang,
very.
maybe,
I've been looking at all those Wong memes on Instagram and Facebook of Wong's disturbing facts. So
the next category will be for number 7 for his 3-pointer.
Yes. And number 7, Abel, is movie quotes. Movie quotes. In which Star Wars film do you hear the quote, "You'll never have a deeper sleep than curled up in a Wookiee's lap"?
Five, 4, 3.
Solo Star Wars story.
That is correct.
Oh, I got a bit of a delay on my end, but I heard the whole title. Yeah, he is correct. Don't worry, I wasn't pausing for dramatic effect. It was just I was just waiting for
Indiana Jones and Solo a Star Wars.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But he is correct. It is Solo.
Yep. Very nice. So he goes to number 8 to hit this 5-pointer that is so important.
Wait, hold on. What's the score right now? Because he hit 2.
17,
he hit 3.
It is 17 to 16. Tyler's up by
Okay.
1.
Okay, just wanted to double check the score.
Yeah.
All right. What was the question? What was his number again? Is it 8?
Number 8 for the.
All right. Here we go. All right, Abel, your 5-pointer to knock it back to Tyler is in Star Trek. Star Trek. In 2009 Star Trek, Sulu says he replaced Helmsman McKenna because he was suffering from what disease or illness?
This is
4, 3.
let's hear that again, please.
Okay.
Abel's second repeat.
That's correct. In 2009 Star Trek, Sulu says he replaced Helmsman McKenna, who was suffering from what illness?
I mean, it's got to be something pretty serious, no?
He just says he's sick, but
5, 4, 3.
I'm gonna say he had a hypothermia.
And your winner by technical knockout, going to the semifinals of the tournament, Tyler T-Rex Burch.
The correct answer, lungworm. Correct answer is lungworm.
Oh.
All right, so we're going to drop Abel to the back for just a minute as we talk to our winner today. Big winner, TKO'd Abel, the Cinderella of the tournament so far. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Definitely excited to move forward. Abel did a really great job. That 5-pointer, I mean, that was really tough.
Yeah.
So no shame in losing out on that. And I mean, it says TKO, but he played a great game. I know round 2 kind of tripped him up. Those were some difficult questions. I think as far as I played, definitely got to step it up for the next match just because, I felt pretty off my game this time. So definitely want to make sure that I need to brush up on some stuff. It's been a really long few weeks. So now I need to dedicate to studying so that way I can take this through. Now I got Abel's hopes on my shoulders in Allen. So now I got to keep going forward, for them. So looking forward to the next match. But Abel did great, and I'm excited to see him next year. Definitely going to be one of the highest competitors.
Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely. He's been one of the most, I think, underrated competitors this year, and he definitely shows out, and it keeps things close no matter what. He even kept hitting that 3 right when he needed to. That was a really hard 5-pointer, and I'm not sure that many people would have been able to hit that one. So I will go ahead.
I will give Abel credit. His 2 and 3 pointers came in categories mixed bag and quotes, which are very, very broad. And regardless of the point system of what they are, those 2 questions really came in films that, Transformers, we all know how I feel about that. But even then, quotes, just seeing exactly from that quote alone, I mean, if you've not seen Solo: A Star Wars Story, you could tell that they're outside of Rise of Skywalker. That's the second film that throws out so many quips. So,
yep, for sure.
You can tell it really came down to, honestly, what I can tell is a 50-50 choice. But that Star Trek one, if you're not up to date with the newer trilogy, it's a cluster. It's a minefield to walk through.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I'll go ahead and say it hasn't been updated on the actual challenge website, but Jay the Arsonist Burns did defeat Sean Hunter, so the porcelain plate is out. So Tyler, you will be playing Jay Burns. What are your thoughts moving into the semifinals?
Jay is a great competitor. I mean, since I started watching the fan leagues, he's been around forever. So I'm definitely excited to be able to play against him. It's always good to kind of, I've been playing a lot of rookies this season, obviously being a rookie myself. So it's also, it's kind of great to get an opportunity to face those people that I kind of learned about the fan leagues through by watching them.
There you go.
So it's a great competitor, and he's just, he's a fun guy, and he's always really keyed in and passionate. So definitely looking forward to facing him, but definitely gonna have to make sure I bring my A game so that way I can see it through to the finals.
For sure. Absolutely. All right. So sounds good. Ryan, anything for Tyler before we drop into the back?
Well, Tyler, even though you did say this did feel like this was an off game for you, but one thing I can say while watching this tournament, it's definitely a big round 1 and round 2 from what these guys have done, especially been playing in this tournament. It's no joke. Like the more you advance in this, the more you advance, the higher these questions are going to get. It's pretty much the Mortal Kombat challenge tower. The more you keep advancing, the more difficult it's going to get. You may get handicapped by whatever the wheel gives you, but you were able to navigate the quizzes very well. You picked up on like a very good question regarding Justice League, and honestly, I do still feel that there was a Chris in that one. Personally, that's me, but but even then, you stayed sharp going through here, and you were very fortunate not to answer any of your round 3 questions. So whatever, and of course I know personally how good Jay is, so you definitely do have yourself a good challenger coming up once you in the semifinals. And moving on from there, you're taking it one match at a time, and then you'll find yourself in the finals. So just keep that moment, keep that level head, and the momentum will carry you forward.
Thank you, Ryan.
All right. Good sage advice there from a definite geek legend in Ryan. All right. Good luck, Tyler, in the future matches. We will see you soon. We're going to drop you to the back and bring forth your competitor and his manager. Just fell a little short tonight, buddy. That your tournament run ends. Kind of fitting that you got a Transformers question in round 3, but you fell short on the Star Trek. How are you feeling about that?
It's it's too bad. I would have loved to be able to keep on playing because playing's a lot of fun. Those MCU questions, they killed me, bro. Like for real. Like I'm gonna be kicking myself about the Ant-Man one, but the other one I was pretty sure it was Tony Stark. So like Tyler said as well, like I thought it was Tony Stark. So it wasn't him, it was the other guy. So that's how it goes.
Yeah, 50-50. It's that 50-50 that gets you.
Every time.
For sure.
But even then, I will say, Abel, I mean, you definitely. I'm picking MCU. No matter what the questions are, it's always a very confident slice to pick because,
Yeah, I think so too.
because not only it's a continuing updating list, but because there's so many films that depending on your opinion, 80% of the time you enjoy them. Maybe the 10% of the time it feels like a drag.
Exactly. I really enjoy like most of those movies. I've seen all of them at least a couple times, so I always feel confident going into that one. I said to Hunter like MCU is up there with a couple of others that if I spin it on the first one, I'll just keep it because I don't want to risk getting something that I really don't want.
Mhm.
I got to be honest, those Chris's questions were also really hard. So Tyler did great. I planned on getting lucky. It didn't really work out for me this time. Well, what are you gonna do? I know who plays Silas Stone, so there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I did as well. I knew that before I even read the question, but
Yeah.
But like you said before, that's one thing when it comes with geek. I mean, even though MCU and just is one of the few categories, just like with Spider-Man, X-Men, and Batman and Superman, how it's so broad. But the more it's being used, sometimes you don't want to account in the fact you don't want to take into has this been selected a number of times to where the questions are getting harder. It's something you have to get out of your head. It's something you got to get out of your head.
Yeah.
I think that's where MCU is starting to become is one of those categories
It's
where
becoming almost like Star Wars in that sense.
almost.
It's
Same
getting
here,
real
yeah.
deep cut.
It's
So
just
what
it's
does
getting
it
used
say
a lot.
on his
so
necklace or whatever? I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
You're kind of hoping that there's more out of all the geek players. They're more strength in the fantasy realm or the sci-fi realm than the comic book realm out there.
Yeah,
so when something like MCU or DC or any comic book character comes up, you're hoping to dominate in that. But then, just like a double-edged sword, it ends up cutting you the more you keep using it.
That's the one.
Yeah, because you run out of questions eventually.
Maybe I should have thought about that.
No,
to be honest,
when you're confident in something, you just have to stick with it. You have to put your worries out of your head. Unfortunately, the questions didn't swing your way. But even then, Abel, you did come back in that round one. Even though Tyler looked like he was having the lead, you did bounce back to keep it tied going in here. So this really was anyone's game out of this round. And Tyler just happened to get spinner's choice. So
yeah, I mean good for him getting spinner's choice. Like nothing against Tyler because he's obviously great. Like I was always the underdog coming into this, but I would have liked to maybe get him to answer some round 3 questions, but that's maybe we'll try that another time. Like Tyler's awesome, so I'm glad he's moving on. I would have loved to have played Jay because he's got a big mouth on him. But
I will say, yes, we came into this as the underdogs, but Abel proved that he should not be overlooked. It came down to 1 point, 1 5-pointer, and it would have changed everything. Who knows what happened? So don't
Star Trek 09, bro. That's not a movie. That's not a movie I enjoy revisiting a lot. To be
J.J. Abrams strikes again.
He does.
Exactly. All right, we're gonna drop the pairing of Abel and Hunter to the back. Good luck next year, fellas. And we're gonna wrap this one up. Tyler 17 and a TKO over Abel, who scores 16 in a close loss. What are your thoughts on this match, Ryan?
From the outside, looking from in, as someone who was currently managing a competitor who's backing up a competitor in this tournament, there are so many factors that goes into this to where Hunter, he did a good job. He backed his player when Abel felt confident in something, and he was there to provide support for him in order to get him back going. If Abel had pulled that 5-pointer, we really would have seen a different kind of match here happening. Maybe Tyler would have gotten that W. But even then, Abel did show. I mean, hey, he defeated me in our first round match to prove that, don't always underestimate the underdog. I didn't underestimate him going in. It was just like before. It's the wheel that got me. And just like before, the wheel got him again. Now that Abel is out, he'll be able to regroup again. And just like myself, he's going to be able to watch films to really refresh his memory. Because you have no idea when the next match is coming in, especially with the season being over. I mean, I can tell, obviously, from the hard work you've been doing, Kevin, I feel there's going to be a break from Geek for a while, just so you can get your bearings back.
maybe a little break, but yeah, it won't be that long because I always get the itch to get back into writing questions and putting matches together, and I love to do it for the people. That is what it's all about.
And and also from that free for all and the number of support of people loving this, I'm not going to say your hands are going to be full, but you have definitely proven with this tournament that you are up to the task of doing that. That's one thing I give you applaud for.
Thanks.
And I will say that this tournament is definitely shaping up to be very well. I mean, especially from last year's tournament where we had great questions, great competitors, to this tournament now. And I will say this team, I will say TMG, the Geek division, is definitely, I will say it's getting a lot of attention.
Nice. Yeah, well, that's the goal ultimately, is just to establish a good, solid division, where we can, do our thing and just have a good time. But anyway, we'll close it out tonight. Thank you, Ryan, for jumping in at the last second and saving me from having to do this by myself. Thank you to Tyler. Congratulations to you, buddy, and moving on to the next round. Congratulations for a great season to Abel de Leeuw. And thank you to Hunter for being there for Abel. And thank you again to my beautiful wife, Lillian, for producing in the back. Thank you. If you haven't watched the Jay Burns versus Sean Hunter match, check that out. I know I spoiled it for you at the end here, but don't let me spoil. I didn't spoil the actual match. It was a hell of a match. Go watch it, and then check this one out. Give it a like, subscribe, share, all the good stuff, and we'll see you next time. Keep geeking.